I did want to play you a piece of audio from my favorite NBA player, Draymond Green. And only because I just love Draymond Green, the way he talks and the way he speaks to people. But while this is great audio and fun audio from Draymond Green, the message here, I think, is really cool and impactful. This is from the championship parade.
You know, what brings me the most joy, I know everybody probably think it's talking shit, but what brings me the most joy in winning a championship ever since I won my first one is seeing the guys who win it the first time. Because in your journey, you always want that feeling back. Like that first time you do it, you want that feeling back. And the reality is you never get it again. And the only way to truly get it is to feel it through an Andrew Wiggins. It's to feel it through a Jordan Poole. It's to feel it through an Otto Porter and Belly and Moses and JK and GP, D. Lee. This ain't D. Lee first time around, but you feel it through those guys. And that's how you get that sensation again. So I just want to say thank you all. And as always, fuck everybody else.
Hey, Draymond, at the beginning, he was Draymond, and at the end, he was Draymond. But in the middle, it was some real stuff. Real stuff.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. I don't know what Draymond been doing, but every time I won a championship, that shit felt the same. It felt great. It made me feel like I was on top. I will say this: certain championships do feel better than others. My '95 championship felt different because of what we had to do. My 2001 championship felt different, and my 2000 it felt different. And to me, each one brings a sense of joy. It'll be. I wish I would have had one of those rivals like the Celtics, Lakers, where you played those guys over and over, and then you probably beat them once, then lost and beat them again. It might have brought a different feeling, but for me, because each team was a different team, it just was a different joy, man. And the way you had to get to that journey was so different, I think out of all the losses I've ever had in my career, the 2001 loss to Philly Game 1. That hurt more probably for me than the end of a season loss where you don't go to the next round, because I knew if we'd have won that game we went that series, we went 16-0, and that'd have been the most successful team ever. And so that loss hurt so bad compared to every loss I've ever taken outside, me losing my last game in college, me losing my last game in high school. So I think every championship is still, for me, I don't know what Draymond drinking, but it's always sweet to me. Maybe he had a brain freeze from stopping to get ice cream. I don't know.
Well, maybe so. But like I said, I ain't never won no title. So, I take the word of guys who've been there and done that. But they talk about this title, and I can absolutely understand and see how this may be the best one and the best feeling just because of what your main guys had to overcome and where you were you were one of the worst teams in the league a couple of years ago. You were virtually an afterthought. And they said, well, the run for them is over because
for the Warriors,
because Clay, how's Clay going to look coming back from these crazy injuries? Steph is hurt. Like, these guys are getting long in the tooth now. They're getting older. And then for them to circle the wagon and come back around and not only compete, but to win it again, bro, that's gotta be a good feeling.
And the crazy part about it is, they had top draft picks and they didn't even help them. You think about it. Wiseman didn't even play.
He was hurt.
And he was one of those draft picks that was supposed to get him back to where they were supposed to be. He didn't even play. And so that lets you know how good that core is, how good that coaching staff is, but more importantly, how well they play together. Because, we talk about the threes, but if you watch them play defensively, they got guys who can, dominate the ball defensively. But more importantly, they play so well together. There's no animosity when someone shoots. There's nobody, giving bad body language. On occasion when Poole takes a bad shot or two. Yeah. But they play so well together, man. That's why they won a championship. Great team chemistry.
And shout out to Bob Myers, the GM, because to be able to orchestrate this thing, and obviously this is where GMs make their money, in evaluating talent, looking at guys like Kuminga, looking at guys like, Moody, looking at guys, eventually Jordan Poole, getting guys in that mesh well with the core guys that you have, and then seeing these guys take, when they get their opportunity, take big strides, especially Jordan Poole. Like, he didn't just play well. Jordan Poole is going to make himself some money either this offseason or next offseason, because I think he qualifies like a rookie extension of like 5 years, $186 million. Nobody expected Jordan Poole to be like this. And to have that kind of equity paired with your three, that's what GMs get paid. That's what your front office gets paid to do. Evaluate the talent, see how it fits, and then it ends up like this.
Yeah, and also let's give a lot of credit to Steve Kerr for putting Wiggins in a position to be successful.
Made him had a series, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, he made him an all-star. You know,
Absolutely.
Wiggins was left this close to being the Iggy.
Yep.
Sorry, Steph, you didn't win MVP again.
Yep.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins did his thing.
Hey, let me just say, if Wiggins would have won MVP, Steph would have cut somebody.
Yeah, Steph would have just been like,
come out and talk to you. I know he wasn't there, but somebody I got cut. I got to cut you.
I don't know what it takes, but shit.